Right email address. All right, so I'm going live. Let me make sure I turn this down on here so I'm not bothered by the playback. All right, and let me see if there's one other thing that I can look at. I do want to see if there are the comments that come in while I'm doing this. Still kind of learning as I go with this. So let me figure out how I can have the screen up, but the audio doesn't bother me, but I do want to see the chat as it comes in. I don't have much time. I've actually got a meeting in about 20 minutes, but I felt like going live for just a moment. So I'm going to do that. And if I see any of your chats that come in while I'm live, I will answer it in real time. If not, then later on, I will come back and join the conversation and chat and respond then. So, hey, it's Nicole Lawson, aka Nicolyboo. Thank you for being here. Some of you have been following me. I think, when did I start really doing social media? I want to say like 2012. So some of you guys have been following me since then, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming to shows, and when you can't come to shows in public, still showing up online for me, purchasing items in the past. It means a lot. It means a lot. So want to talk a little bit about my new book, Record of Wrong. I got a couple of questions. One question I got via email was, it was a big one for me. It was a little puzzling, especially because of where the question was coming from, but still worth the discussion and definitely worth a response. Why not? So this new book, I will be 30. I said 30. Wishful thinking. I'll be 40. I don't feel, it still doesn't feel like it, but I'll be 40 next week. And every year around my birthday, I use that time to just really reflect and decide on, this next year of my life, next chapter of my life. What do I need to do to rebrand myself, to elevate? I always take time to just look back over my life up to that point, spend some moment in introspection. I think that's really important. Things that I might need some resolve for, or things that I feel like are unfinished business. That's usually my time to address it and decide how will I move forward with that. And this book has definitely been, I can't say I wrote this book. This book really wrote me. It's really personal, Record of Wrong. And I'm excited, and I still have this feeling of, I'm not sure if pensive is the right word, but it's the first one that came to mind when it comes to opening up and sharing it. In the world that I grew up in, anytime you speak your truth and it doesn't look, really pretty, and it doesn't look like something that can be presented in the religious world, you're basically told to shut up. Shut up. You don't say anything bad about your experiences. You're a woman of God, or you're a preacher's daughter, or you're a preacher's wife. All these things I have been or am. The Bible says that you forgive and you forget, which it actually does not say that, but the Bible says you should turn the other cheek. The Bible says, touch not my anointed. What about me? I was anointed. You shouldn't have touched me. The Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father. I grew up, and I still have these voices that I contend with. I win the fight a lot more than I used to, but I grew up basically having to shut up and smile. Everything needs to look good. Everything needs to be presented a certain kind of way. You are an inspiration just because you are here. So I was not allowed to feel or express my feelings and just be honest. Honesty has no place in the life and the world that I grew up in. And I just, for year 40, my present to myself is, I'm done with all that shit. I'm done. I am only going to tell the truth, period. Did I have a lot of great moments in my life? Absolutely. But for me, did the trauma outweigh the good? Absolutely. And it's time for me to just be honest. I guess it's true. The older you get, the less you kind of give a fuck. The older you get, the more you're just, I don't know. There's something that I admire about some of those crotchety old people who just don't give a shit and they just tell it like it is. There's a reason for that. I don't aspire to be one of those that's 100% like that, but I understand why they are like that. After so many years of different things, you get to a point to where you're like, listen, I'm just going to live in my truth, period. And the only ones that I will allow to be in my cipher or close to me, and everybody else can stay in that outer court. But if you're in the inner court or the holies of holies, if then you can only come in here if you are in truth, period. You can't, that bell's going that bell's going to stop ringing. You're going to fall down dead. You can't get close to me unless you are 100% in truth, period. That's just where I'm at. So okay, so one question. I have time to answer one question, but I received an email. Hey, honey, you are not bathed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the bath right now.
Okay, go do it now. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, super fast. Well, make sure it's thorough. Okay. So one question I got via email was I allowed some people to read my manuscript and to give me some feedback, and I chose a certain group of people for lots of different reasons. I wanted to get a very diverse feedback. I don't believe in surrounding myself with yes men. That is actually what narcissists do. Narcissists cannot be around people who are honest. They only want to be around people who are bootlickers, who are sycophants. And my book is about that. My book is about how growing up, being raised by a narcissistic abuser and a codependent spouse, my father and mother respectively, how it shaped me, how it shaped who I became as a human being, as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, as a older and I guess middle-aged adult now, or going into it. I don't know what the heck is middle-aged, but my book is about my life and how these experiences shaped the life that I had, the life that was given to me, the life that I did not choose, and then the life that I had to eventually take ownership of and try and make decisions going from there. So when I decided to invite people into this journey, I wanted to have people around me who were smarter than me in different ways, who had way more experience than me, some people who had less experience than me, people who were going to give their honest, objective feedback. So I got that in lots of different ways. One person emailed me and said, when I began to read, I got very triggered and I questioned your motives. And I wanted to know why it seemed like you named certain people and you didn't name other people. This is something that I don't have time to really delve into it like I'd like to, but I do want to touch on this one question, and it looks like I only have time to answer one. But this is something that a question that I would hear a lot growing up. Be quiet. Don't say this person's name. Don't say their name out loud. Why is it that in toxic, unhealthy environments, the person who was abused is trained and is groomed to be silent and to protect the abuser? Why is it that when you name a person and you say, this is what this person did to me, all of a sudden you are viewed as the antagonist, or is that the right word? Or you're viewed as the bad guy now because you actually put it out there and you said who did something to you. Why do we tell people? And when I say we, I don't mean me, so let me not say that. But why is it in certain communities that the person who was abused, the person who was offended, why is it that they are encouraged to keep their mouth shut? Maybe say what happened to you, but don't say who did it. Don't disturb their world. Don't disturb their life or disturb their name. Why is that? So I guess my response to the question is another question. Why? Why not? Why not say who did something to you? Why not hold accountability and shine a light on something that is very dark and give that person the opportunity to have something that he or she probably doesn't get enough of, which is personal accountability, which is a mirror to actually see. And now, because when they see and when everybody else sees, now you have a choice to make. And that's the problem. People don't want to see things that are bad. They like to consume it for their own entertainment. Sure. Or if it's far away, great. But they don't want to see it because then it forces them to have to see themselves and their own role in it. Because now if I know that this person put their hands on a little girl, I have a decision to make. Am I going to continue to associate with this person? And let me make this very clear. My father did not molest me. So that's not that is not anything. My father, I don't think he ever did anything illegal. I definitely experienced a lot of trauma from him, but not in that way. But just as a whole, why is it that a person who molested me, which he did.
Is there
And
something else I can help with?
oh, that's funny. My Siri just started answering me. No, Siri, you can't help me with this one. Your watch is always listening. But if this man abused me, for over 2 years, why not say his name? If this person stole from me, if this person beat me, and unfortunately for me, these are all things that happened to me in my lifetime by different men. Why wouldn't I say their name? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? The problem is these people, these men have been enabled to be, and they were, you allowed them and you let them and you ushered them into being the monsters that they are by keeping quiet, by saying, don't say it out loud, don't say their name. They still deserve dignity and respect and a chance to change. They don't get a chance to change unless you put a mirror to their face and unless you put their face in it like a dog. I remember growing up, this probably was not really good. This is abusive to dogs, but this was the environment that I lived in. And this was kind of the general way of dog training that I saw growing up, which I did not repeat. I really I'm not a pet person either way. So I'm not trying to even get pets and train them like that. But anyway, growing up, if a dog, the way that I saw in my culture, if a dog continued to poop on the carpet in the house, the way that you would train it to stop is you put your face in it. You put your face in it, and then I would see some people roll up a newspaper and give them a couple swats on the butt or something and say, no, no, no. Well, the dog would stop pooping on the carpet because they realize I do this. This is bad because I'm getting a bad consequence. Well, these monsters don't get that. They get coddled by their codependent, messed up mommies who clean up all their messes. It's okay, baby. And then they just continue to enable them to keep doing the same crap. And then women like me wind up having to, be their trash receptacles later on for the garbage that they are and that they spew out into the society. Your church members, your relatives, your friends, it's, oh, God forbid you're somebody who is upstanding or has a good name in the community, then you definitely got to cover it up. Hush, hush, hush. Don't say his name. He's doing great things for this community. He's on the radio. He's this, he's that. And I'm speaking all these things from experience. He's a great minister. I don't want to hear anything bad about him. Whatever he did to you, just get over it because he's a good person and he doesn't deserve to be, shamed by, what he's doing. Well, maybe if these people were shamed, maybe if they're disgusting parts of them, because it's possible for you to be a highly talented person, for you to be a good, orator, for you to be, charismatic, and for you to still be a goddamn demon. So maybe if these people did have their face rubbed in their shit, and somebody who said, no, 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 and they were able to actually feel the consequences of their disgusting, deplorable, just downright, just evil actions, then maybe that actually presents them with an opportunity to do something about it and change. It is 9:49. I've got a meeting actually in 10 minutes. So that is all that I have time for now. And keep your questions coming. Stay engaged. This is the journey of a lifetime, record of wrong. And I am so many things. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I'm a little nervous. I'm vulnerable. I'm everything going into this new chapter of my life, my declaration of independence from these records of wrong, and my final just walk away from, my triumphant walk away from, and sharing, my experiences that I finally had to say, you know what, I'm done with all of this. My life will never look like this again. It will only be what I want it to be going forward. Taking my power back. And that is something that is incredibly difficult to do if you have been groomed to be a victim and groomed to be a yes person and not have personal power and freedom. I urge you to have compassion to people, compassion for people instead of calling them what people have called me. My so-called foster sister used to say things and passive aggressively call me a weak bitch and stuff like that because of what I experienced and what I went through. How dare you put me down for being an abused woman. I urge you to have compassion and find, of course, healthy ways to be there for people when they're not in their own personal strength and power. Prayer, that's nice. I'm going to pray for you. That's nice. That's really nice to say that. But prayer is not just words, it's action. So as you pray, send resources, be there for a conversation, listen and validate their feelings. And if a person tells you somebody hurt them, for the love of God, don't you ever try to shove it or tell them to be quiet because it's uncomfortable to hear. Can you imagine how much more uncomfortable it is for that person? Get outside of yourself and your ego, get involved. And of course, in ways that are safe and healthy. I'm not saying put yourself in danger, but I am saying, listen, get outside of your own understanding, get outside of your own head, get your head out of your ass. Listen, be present, be there, and help. Everybody deserves to have a life where they are safe, where they feel safe, where they are valued, where they're validated, where they are loved, truly loved. And looking forward to diving deeper into this, and also looking forward to sharing the book, Record of Wrong. You can go to my website, NicoleLawson.com, and click on the link that says new book, get on the list. Pre-orders will be open this weekend. So if you're already on the list, look for an email before Monday, where you can begin to pre-order different versions of the copies of the book, and just to be a part of this community. My community is Nicolyboo Nation. It's a Facebook group, and look forward to talking with you more about these things here on my YouTube channel, also in the group, and of course, directly through the book. Share this video with people that need to hear it and need to join this conversation, and share the book when you get it. Share the book, as in buy another copy for someone else. This is definitely a journey of healing and self-empowerment. All right, guys. Bye-bye.